Now, how do I look at my live chat?
Oh.
I forgot how to do that.
Should just be at the bottom. No one
Uh,
stopped yet. So.
no, that's my moderator powers. I don't know. It's been a long frickin' while, and also it is definitely way too late for me to be doing this, but I don't care because I don't care. Also, it is super dark. It is really, really dark, and it kind of makes me look evil, but you know what? Whatever. Tis fine. Also, I imagine that my audio is going to be buffering crazy because I had my mic in a pillow for a little bit. Up, there's someone here, or maybe it's just me. Maybe it counts me as a viewer. That'd be kind of funny if it counts me as a viewer. Ah, Wakaru. Cool. Um, I don't know. We were talking for a bit earlier, and then I was like, we should. I want to live stream, and then I decided I'm going to live stream, and then I never really thought about what I'd actually talk about when I go live. I mean, I want to talk about Sonic, so I'm going to talk about Sonic. Because if I don't talk about Sonic, I'll probably talk about something else, probably something political, and I don't really want to do that right now. So I'm going to talk about Sonic. So, I know this happened like 6 months ago, but the Sonic Unleashed recompiled thing for the PC came out, and so I've been playing that a lot. I finished the game. I've S ranked every single day stage now, or every main day stage. I don't have the DLC. And I didn't do Eggman Land because I didn't want to, but it's been really fun. And I kind of want to talk about my opinions about it because it was a fun game. It took me a really long time to beat, but I beat it before I beat Sonic Adventure 2, and I think that that's an accomplishment. Hello. So, Sonic Unleashed. Where do I even start to talk about Sonic Unleashed? That's it's a game. It's a good game. I understand why it had flaws when it came out, like why it got a lower rating when it first came out, uh but but it's a good game. I'm good. Hello. I like that this is where I get chat, not on Twitch, on YouTube. Oh my gosh. You don't need to know my name. You can look at my channel. Uh so Sonic Unleashed. It's really good. So I think I'm gonna go into the history of Sonic Unleashed for a little bit. Prior to it coming out, Sonic was going through a little bit of a dark age. I think fans like that age of Sonic now a lot more than they used to, at least when that time was actually happening. It is so dark. I wish I had better light, and I think the paper
I
is
could turn on
flashing to
the
uh
light, but that one's
mm,
gonna be really intense for you.
yeah, and also it'll go into that room as well, right? No?
It's just that
Oh, that yeah, let's turn on that one. Oh yeah, you can see me now. Hello. That's better. You can see me now. Okay, so before Sonic Unleashed, we had Sonic 2006, Sonic '06, and people hated that game. Before that, it was Shadow the Hedgehog. People didn't really like that game either. Before that, it was Sonic Heroes, and people were conflicted about that game. Some people really liked it, and some people didn't. Before that was Sonic Adventure 2, and pretty much everyone loves that game, and same with Sonic Adventure 1. My point is, the years leading up to Sonic Unleashed, uh, critics were panning it hard. People like that era now, but at the time, people really didn't like it. And so Sonic Unleashed came out to kind of address a lot of the. I'm just going to. Uh, how do I do things? Hmm. Hmm. No. I don't have a moderator right now. Whatever. Uh. So. So what was I saying about Sonic the Hedgehog? Oh yeah. So critics didn't like it at the time, and I don't think fans really liked it at the time. People like it a lot better now, but the point is that Sonic Unleashed came out looking to fix a lot of the issues that people had with Sonic at the time, which is that there were too many characters and that the gameplay was kind of unpolished and not that good. So when it came out with two styles. They really wanted cool. Thank you. They really they way downsized the cast. So it's just Sonic, Tails, Amy, and then some new and Dr. Eggman / Robotnik, and then some new characters. So it was a really downsized cast. And it's, if I'm being honest, it's really just Eggman, Sonic, and Chip. Tails doesn't really put that much effort into being a part of the story, and Amy's not really that big of a part of the story, and whatever. But Sonic 06 was not 06. Sonic Unleashed was one of the first games to like address the problems with it. And it was the first game that wasn't Sonic Rush to introduce the boost style into the game. So it was the first 3D game, even though Sonic Rush is 3D, it's just from whatever. It was the first 3D game to introduce the boost style, but that was only for like 9 stages. The rest of the game, which is much longer, was Werehog Sonic. And at the time, people really, really hated that. Now that I've given some history about it, I want to talk about my personal opinions about the game, because boy howdy do I have so much to say. And I just said boy howdy. First of all, I can English. First of all, it is such a beautiful game. And I'm not just talking about the pre-rendered cutscenes. Those are really, really good. The opening cutscene is like the best cutscene ever. Dark Gaia is like one of my favorite bosses in Sonic, just from design. Anyway, I find that rather funny that you're asking me that question. Uh, uh, um, but I'm not just talking about pre-rendered cutscenes in terms of how beautiful the game is. Just the game itself is so beautiful. I don't like the only game to come out recently that has really impressed me visually was Shadow Generations. I really liked the visuals of Sonic Colors, but that was from 2010. That's 15 years ago now. And I didn't really like how Sonic Forces looked like. Sonic Frontiers didn't really impress me visually. So, in my opinion, Sonic Unleashed might be the best looking Sonic game. And it's like I don't think that's I don't think that's really a contest. Um if I had to choose a second, it would maybe be a Genesis game, maybe Sonic Colors. I don't know. But Sonic Unleashed, it looks really good. Uh, why does YouTube always hide when people ask if I'm gay? Y'all can ask if I'm gay. That's fine. I'm not. But you can ask that question. What was I saying about Sonic? Okay. So it looks good. Whatever. After visuals, let's talk about the hell? Let's talk about gameplay. How does it play? How does it play? It plays really fun. It is really fast. It is the first one to do boost, as I said, aside from Sonic Rush. And so it was less... being the first time they ever did that style for Sonic, I think they did really, really good. They focus a lot more on reaction times and quick time events, and I hate the quick time events, but I love reaction time, because I think it makes you want to memorize the track layout so that you can react to all the shortcuts and get a really good fast time. And then there's some amount of exploration in the day stages, although it's way less than the Werehog stages, which I'll talk about later. Boost stages in general are really good, and I'm impressed with how well they did. It's just that when it came out, it was stuck to the Xbox and PlayStation of the time, which I think was the Xbox 360 and PS3, which were not really strong enough to support Sonic Unleashed. It was too high quality visually to be supported very well on those channels or consoles. They made a different one for the Wii and PS2. How it controls, though, is a different question, really. Having just played Frontiers before going into Unleashed, it was really funny that I couldn't turn around in midair and boost in the other direction. I still get messed up when I just hold the analog stick in a direction, press boost, and I go the direction that the camera is facing, because I'm so much more used to facing the direction that I'm holding the analog stick, because Frontiers is really good control-wise, in my opinion, especially compared to Unleashed. And so I get a lot more fun in Unleashed based on the sheer speed of it, rather than trying to like do really tight platforming. To answer the am I single question, yeah, but like I'm not looking to date random internet people. What the heck was I saying? Oh yeah. So boost stages, I think, are fun. They're pretty long, longer than most Sonic stages are post Unleashed, and honestly pre-Unleashed, if I'm being honest. Because they usually are 2.5 to 5 minutes long. In the cases of Eggman Land, it's like 30 to 50 minutes long, but that's part Werehog and part that it's meant for you to die a lot on it. That's the outlier. In most other games, I think Sonic stages tend to clock in around 2 to 3 minutes at best. From Colors, Forces, Frontiers, extra stages, those tend to just be like a minute at most, which I don't like. I like them to at least be 2 minutes, please, and thank you. But no, I think Unleashed does a really good job of using the camera to make you feel fast, using set pieces and multiple tracks pretty well. Again, it was the first time that they really tried doing it, and I think they nailed it. It's just that the consoles that it came out on kind of held it back. And now that I can play it on PC, and I'm not limited to the consoles, it feels really, really good to play it on PC instead of just on a console. Werehog is a different thing entirely. You can say he's a different beast entirely. I actually really liked his gameplay style, and maybe that's because I like Devil May Cry, and it kind of reminded me of Devil May Cry, except in a way dumbed down version of Devil May Cry. Because Devil May Cry is really, really good, and Werehog is just kind of good. Its platforming is a lot more tight, and so it's definitely a combat platformer. And yes, he was fluffy, and his design, while definitely 2000s, I kind of love it. Maybe a little bit ironically, maybe a little bit genuinely. I think it's really funny that they're like, let's make Sonic a werewolf and have him fight an Eldritch god, because that's what Sonic does. he be doing that. Anyway, so Werehog levels are way slower, have a lot more exploration, and have a lot of combat, which you can actually skip if you're really good with the Werehog and can use his combat moves to jump over barriers. And that's really satisfying to do in trying to get your best time. And as mentioned in the comments, yes, he was fluffy. And so I think the biggest thing with Werehog levels is that the medal system is bad. I don't like it. I knew about it ahead of time, so it didn't really bother me. Even the last stage where you had to get 120 day levels, 120 day medals, I knew that was happening ahead of time, so I didn't have to do so much backtracking. However, that did make a lot of my first attempts at night stages kind of lame. Because a lot of it was just me trying to like get every medal in the stage, and while that could be fun sometimes, it was also annoying some other times, because I would want to just play the level, but I'd have to backtrack a lot or just look for a medal instead of going through the level. I don't want to say it because it's just a dumb meme and I don't particularly feel like it. So, on replay, I've liked Werehog a lot more than on my first time because I've been able to just play through it at my own pace without having to worry about collecting the medals, and that's been really fun. I think there's a lot to enjoy from it, and I think because I played Devil May Cry beforehand, and I knew that the Werehog was combat-based, I was able to enjoy it a lot more than if I just went to the game completely blind and expected it to just be the Sonic that I knew, which is mostly Boost Sonic. I've mostly played Boost games. I've played Genesis games, and I've played Sonic Adventure 2, but that's the only Adventure era game I've played. So, I think knowing about the Werehog, knowing about the medals, made my first time experience with Sonic Unleashed proper, because I played the Wii version before Sonic Unleashed proper. It made it a lot easier. I think the last couple things I want to talk about are story, character, and final boss. The story is kind of simple, if I'm being honest. You just go to location, find temple, fix the Chaos Emerald, fix the planet that Eggman blew up. He pissed on it too hard. If you get that reference, then you're a Sonic fan. Okay, what was I saying? The story is pretty simple, if I'm being honest. Eggman blew up the Earth. Sonic has to fix it. That's kind of it. At the end of the game, he fights an Eldritch War. It's not that complicated, but because it is not that complicated, it focuses a little bit more on how the characters deal with it. And it's simple, but it's the amount of depth that I want in a Sonic game. It's not overly complicated, but it's also taking itself seriously enough. It's not just it's not Forces where it's too ironic. It's not Colors where it's just jokes all the time. It's a good amount of jokes and seriousness, and I kind of like that. I'm hurting my voice. I kind of wish they would bring in Robotnik for him. Yes. Okay. I want to talk about Sad AM at a different time because it is my childhood and I love it. I feel like I'll go off the rails if I talk about it right now. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. I think that the story balances the comedy and serious bits pretty well. Chip is not my favorite character of all time, but I also don't hate him like a lot of people seem to. He's fun. I like him well enough. This is the first game that made Tails a little bit of a coward, so I don't know. I've never liked Tails being a coward. That's not really his character. He's a kid, but like he's one who can keep up with Sonic. I don't know. And then Amy's just kind of there. Professor Pickle is funny. I really like him. Eggman, I think, works well as an intimidating villain, especially at the very beginning of the game, when he's like getting supersonic and they had to like tone down the opening cutscene because it was too much at first. I don't know. I like the story. Characterization is also really good. I don't know if it's my favorite form of Sonic, but I think Jason Griffith did a really good time with, not his last time voicing Sonic. I think his last time was the Black Knight. But it was one of his last times, and I think he did a really good job, especially considering that he was sick the entire time that they were recording it. And he still sounded good. And then the last thing is the bosses. I think the bosses in this game are pretty straightforward, like most Sonic games. The Werehog ones are a little bit more of a puzzle boss fight, some of the times. And the Day Stage ones are kind of what you expect for Boost Sonic, where you're like boosting along a path, and then you boost into the boss to damage them. But the final boss is one of my favorites in Sonic's history, mostly just because of its design. They made it an Eldritch God. They just decided they're going to do that, and I love them for that. Dark Gaia is like one of my favorite boss designs ever. And I don't know what Sonic Team was on when they made him, but good for you. I don't know. He's just peak evil boss guy design. I love it. In terms of actual gameplay of the final boss, I like the supersonic portion of it. The portions up until that point are kind of tedious, if I'm being honest, really repetitive. And I think the QuickTime events, their animations are not nearly as cool as they probably thought they were. But it's not like it ruined the game for me. I really like the final boss. So yeah, I guess that's kind of my opinions on it. I thought it was a fun game. I liked the boost stages more than I liked the nighttime stages, but I found a lot of joy to find in the night stages, especially in trying to figure out how to actually combo, because that makes the fighting so much more fun than if you just not do that. And I thought it was a good game. I've done some videos on it on my VODs channel, which is really just my gaming channel now. I've played with some mods. There's a GTA San Andreas mod that I think is hilarious that someone made. It's awesome. It's really good. It's slightly bigger than the base game apparently. I did the math for that because I'm the math guy, but I like that. It makes it fit Sonic a bit more. It's kind of funny how much Sonic fits into that GTA world. It's really kind of dumb. Anyway. So that was Sonic Unleashed. I liked it. It's I don't know if it's my favorite Sonic game. It's really high up there. Because my favorite Sonic game, mostly because of nostalgia, in my opinion, is Sonic Colors. It was my first actual Sonic game, like not including Sonic Dash, and I don't really include Sonic the Hedgehog 4 because that's like it's like half a game. I don't count it. So Sonic Colors was like my first actual Sonic game, so it's #1 for me. And I've liked Frontiers. I didn't really like Forces. I really like the Genesis games. Mania is really good, but I think Colors and Unleashed are my top 2 right now. Sonic Adventure 2, I still need to finish. I've only beaten Hero Mode, and because I had to switch to a new PC that I got, that reset, so I have to redo Hero Mode. So, yeah. My voice is really tired.
And it still sounds dead.
Yeah, so I don't remember how you want me to name you online. Okay, cool. So Ren went to a concert, and that's why his voice is all dead. And I was sick for a while, and that's why my voice is all dead. I've also been talking pretty much non-stop for the past little bit, and I don't have any water. So, Poggies. Frickin' congratulations. Okay, so there is a cake. There's just an image of a cake that just has the word congratulations on it, but spelled wrong. And so I like quoting that cake. It's just congratulations. It's not that many, but I like saying it that way because it's stupid and it's fun. And yeah. I gotta say, it's kind of funny how often when I do these live streams, people ask if I'm trans or gay or if I'm single. And I think that's really funny because I don't get that at all online. In real life. I don't get that at all on my Instagram at all. Although, to be honest, I mostly post my art there. So I imagine they're not typically commenting on me. But I don't know. I don't know. I personally just think it's funny. I am queer, so I think it's funny when people ask if I'm a queer person, but the wrong kind of queer person, because I'm not gay or trans, I'm a different kind. It's not gay or trans, but a third worst option. Ace. No. Uh, uh, but yeah. I don't know. Sonic Unleashed was my thing. That was the thing I was going to talk about before I started the stream, because I knew if I didn't plan something, I would just talk about like politics or something. And I politics has a place. I definitely think there are places for me to talk about it, but I don't think I want to talk about it this late at night, and I'm not particularly in the mood for defending my positions on any of my my ideas and stuff right now, because I'm too tired for that. I don't want to do it. I also don't think this channel is the place for me to talk about it. I think yeah, I don't I my point is I don't think you need the opinion of another white guy. And if you really desperately need that opinion of another white guy, you can go into my Instagram, where I will occasionally talk about it from the perspective of like an autistic person, because I'm an autistic person. Anyway, but what to talk about? I'm definitely late to the party, but everyone using bootleg Metal Sonic with the sound effect or whatever it is my favorite Sonic meme right now. It's just Stardust Speedway, but they took out the rest of the musical bits, so it's like, so it's just they make it Metal Sonic singing Stardust Speedway, so it's like and it's funny and it's hilarious and I love it, and it's definitely old, but yeah. Also, Sonic has been popping off lately. Like, Shadow Generation's got a 9 out of 10, almost across the board. Sonic Racing is getting 9 out of 10s across the board somehow, and it's beating Mario Kart. I think I still prefer Mario Kart in general, but I can see why the Sonic one is getting so much praise. And they put Hatsune Miku into a Sonic game with Storm the Albatross. And they were announced like right next to each other too. It was like almost on purpose. It was almost like they were referencing, I can't see the end of the horizon. Hatsune Miku, is that you? I don't know. I definitely do eye contact way better when I'm doing it on stream compared to when I'm doing it in real life. Is Honey the Cat in? That would be a deep cut, and I would love it if they did. I don't think they put it into the new Sonic Racing game. It'd be really cool. I don't think she's been in any Sonic media since the Archie reboot, which got canceled in 2016 or 2017. She's maybe been in mobile games since then, but the only game I can think of that she's in is Sonic the Fighters, which is from the 90s. So I don't know if she's in it. It'd be really cool if she was. I don't think she is, unfortunately. I need water. Don't we all? Don't we all need water? I don't know about that because I don't know so much about her character. But I don't know. Shipping is not my thing. Maybe it's because I'm Ace, but I've never really been much of a person who ships characters all that much. I just, if there's a ship in the like series and I think they fleshed it out enough for it to be believable, then I'll ship it. Otherwise, I usually don't really ship things. I kind of just, I don't know. I'm weird like that. I don't ship. That's why I'm weird.
Did you hear they're shipping us? To where?
But when? Yeah. Oh. I like Sonic and Sally in Sad AM. I haven't read enough of Archie, but I think it's really funny that since they weren't allowed to date each other in the reboot, they made Sally a lesbian, kind of. Not officially,
I like it.
but she's a lesbian in the reboot, and I love it. I think it's funny. Uh, Sega mandates are awful, if I'm being honest. Male characters are legally not allowed to wear pants in Sonic, except for Eggman. Eggman's allowed to wear pants. Don't take my words out of context. Yeah, it's literally that quote from Sonic Boom. Yeah, I don't know. But oh, what else can I talk about? Oh, no. I've been watching Evangelion. Nope, that's not how it. Neon Genesis Evangelion. I've been watching that purely because they make references to it in Sonic Frontiers. Maybe not on purpose, but it feels like it's on purpose. Like, that final ending with the DLC kind of has a lot of those vibes. The final boss being a moon thing. I haven't finished the series, nor do I know much about it, but I'm pretty sure the moon is important in Evangelion. The giant mechas feel very much like they come from that anime. They're not just mechas in general, they feel like they're Evangelion mechas. I don't know. So I wanted to watch the series because I feel like Sonic Frontiers made references to it. And I gotta say, I don't know what my opinion on it is yet. I kind of like the structure of it. I kind of like that it's slower so far. But I definitely have issues. I am very much anti the pervert trope. Specifically the accidental pervert trope, although I'm against perverts in general. Uh, I'm anti-pervert. You heard it here, folks. But the accidental pervert trope, who likes it? I don't get it. Why does it exist? And it's always like it's like sexualizing women, and that's like, why are you doing this? And I know the answer is because people are horny, but I don't do that. So why? What's the point of it?
I forgot Winnie the Cat existed. I had to look her up.
Mm.
I remember them.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah. But I'm on episode 7 now. There are like another 20-ish, I'm pretty sure. And then there are a bunch of movies. So I've got some way to go before I finish it. But Evangelion and then Akira are two anime stuff that I want to watch. I know Akira is a movie, and before that it was a manga, but like, it's something that I'm interested in, and I want to watch it because I think the themes of it are stuff that I find interesting. I'm not gonna hide this. I'm very much a left-wing person. I very much like stories that deconstruct society and what we do, and yes, it's like all societal conventions, but why do we do it? Why is it this way? Why not some other way? Why not learn about this? What about that? And I like movie shows and games and books that talk about that kind of stuff. I like things that contemplate it, because even if I don't end up agreeing with their ideology, I at least learned, I can at least engage with it. And if I do agree with it, then I found a piece of media that I agree with, I guess. I don't know. That doesn't leave it away from scrutiny. I should still scrutinize media I agree with, but I don't know. I like shows and stuff that engage the audience critically. I don't know. And I think audiences in general also like those kinds of movies. Like, we all love action movies. We all love things like that. But one of the best received movies of all time is The Shawshank Redemption, and that is very much a anti-prison movie. It's very much, the legal system was flawed. It's showing how prisons are flawed and that they were like immoral and still are. And that is very much a like political piece of media, but it asks you to think about things. It asks you to put yourself in the shoes of people you might find to be really bad people, and I think that's interesting. And I like those kinds of movies. Shawshank Redemption is not my favorite movie. I think my favorite movie is The Lord of the Rings, probably Return of the King. But like, my point still stands that it's an interesting film, and I like that it wants you to engage with it. And I know that Evangelion and Akira are both kind of in those things. Akira is, from my knowledge, it's very much anti-war. It is like, it has child soldiers, and its message is that's a bad thing. It's always the next biggest weapon, and that's not how you stop wars. And I don't know, I haven't seen it, but those are messages I'm interested in hearing about how the like creator tackles those. And I don't know, I'll see if I like it or not. I still have to watch it and then think about it before I decide if I like it or not. But it's interesting, at least. The idea of it, to me, feels interesting. And so it's something that piqued my interest, and so I'm going to watch it at some point. Yeah. I don't know. What else can I chat about? Oh, I've been graduated for a bit. It's been weird. Finding jobs has been hard. And I don't know. It's weird. I'm like more of an adult than I was before I graduated. I don't know. Because I was an adult before I graduated, but I'm now more so because I'm not confined by school. I need to like find work, and it's been hard. I don't know why it's been hard, but it's been hard. I can't. Bleh. I don't know. How long is Akira? Because I know it's a movie, but how long is it? I imagine it shouldn't be much longer than 90 minutes. I also don't know how much it condenses the manga into a movie because it was a manga first. So maybe I should read the manga first, but I don't know where to get. Oh, that reminds me. I've also been reading Berserk. Berserk is very interesting. I see why people like it, and I see why Dark Souls draw so much from Berserk. But I haven't read a lot of it yet. I don't know. It's just been cool so far. I want to read more of it before I have an opinion on it. I don't know. But that's all anime stuff. There's like some non-anime stuff that I've read or watched recently. Can't think of much, if I'm being honest. I've been obsessed with Formula One a little bit. Akira is a 2-hour movie? Dang, that's a long movie. Yeah, I can see why it can be a bit much to watch in one sitting. Anyway, I've been interested in Formula One lately, purely because I want to see how my calculations with Sonic Unleash's actual in-game speed, not its lore-based speed, or intended speed. I wanted to see how fast, like, how Sonic would compare to Formula One. And so I've been, like, learning a lot about Formula One, and it's been really funny, and it's kind of messed up all of my algorithms. I think it thinks that I'm a car nerd now, and I know, like, nothing about cars. I can barely drive. I don't know. I need water. My throat is so dry. My mouth is getting dry. It should still be in that other room, I think, because I didn't take the water bottle anywhere. But I'm not gonna go get it because I'm live now, and I'm not gonna do an at night house tour thing. That's kind of weird. too many sleeping. Anyway, I do have D&D tomorrow. I probably shouldn't stay up too late if I intend to wake up at a reasonable hour. It's already pretty late where I am. It's like almost midnight. I don't know. I don't know. I wish there was more people in chat whom I could asking a question to, because I think streaming when done well, I think is the most fun when it's the streamer and the chat like interacting with each other. It's my favorite things with, for example, Doug is when it's between him and his chat, because I think that's fun. I think that's funny. I think it works well, and I don't have enough of a following to kind of do that. But I think it's fun. And while I am definitely not the kind of person who's going to be doing YouTube as a career, I don't really want to. I think it'd be fun if occasionally I could like drop a live stream and I had enough viewers that we could have just a little bit of a conversation. I don't know, I think that's kind of chill. It's kind of cool that we can do that. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I do have a performance soon. I'm kind of stressed out about it because I got sick all week, which means I missed like 2 rehearsals, which frickin' sucks. So I do community theater, and it's not a big performance. It's a pretty small one, but like, I don't know. I still want to do good. And we've already had to like delay it a little bit because people kept missing rehearsals, or that thing that happened in Utah happened, and I live in Utah, and that kind of delayed our thing a little bit, which I feel like that's objectively one of the funniest ways to have your your show delayed. Like, it's not funny, but it kind of is. I don't know. I don't know. So that was a big oof. I do, in one of the songs that we're doing for it, because it's a showcase and so we're doing like songs. One of the songs that we're doing for it, I do Gaston, and while my voice frickin' sucks right now, it's been surprising doing it because I generally sing in higher tones when I sing in theater songs. I can't think of any theater songs off the top of my head where I sing high, and I feel like that's a frickin' problem because that's like all I do. I do theater like all the time. It's like almost my job. It's not quite. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's horrible. It's like, but like, I don't. My favorite way to say it is, I don't condone what happened, but he condoned what happened. So, whatever. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I do Gaston, and so I generally sing higher notes. But because I was Gaston in that song, I had to learn how to sing lower. And it turns out that I actually do have a pretty good lower register. I just don't practice it as much because I'm a tenor. And so I sing higher because that's what they want tenors to do. And I don't know. But I can't sing any of it on here. Obviously, I would get copyright struck. So I have to like... Is Elvis Presley old enough for me not to get copyrighted if I did one of his songs? Because I think...
But also, YouTube hates me, so anything I do, they get mad at me.
Because when I was practicing my lower register, Elvis Presley was the guy I went to for songs. Because for some reason, that's just what my mind went to. It was like the 50s. The 50s had all the like baritones. That was what the 50s was. You just sang like really deep baritone music. It's like, no, I gotta like get it right. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. And that's weird that I can do that. Where the treetops listen and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. But like, that's Christmas music. I really shouldn't be singing that right now because it's not Christmas. It's Halloween right now. But there aren't Halloween songs. This is counting The Nightmare Before Christmas, because this is Halloween. That's like one of the few Halloween songs I can think of that isn't like an Aviator song. But like, yeah. It definitely depends. I don't know. But like, generally, like, so I just did the White Christmas thing. Generally, when I sing, it's like, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Like, I sing higher than I talk. But because doing Gaston, I learned that I can do it low, and it kind of sounds. I don't think it sounds great. I don't have any vocal training, so I'm not like a professional singer. But it doesn't sound bad because I don't think I'm dreaming of a white Christmas sounds bad. I don't think that sounds bad. I just don't think it sounds professional. I don't know. These streams really do go down random tangents, don't they? Don't like.
Yeah.
How did this happen? I don't know. It's kind of rainy outside. That's kind of fun. I travel mostly by bus, because I do. But the bus doesn't drop me off immediately at my house. I think it'd be really weird if it did. So one time when I was coming home from rehearsal, it was storming down really hard. And so I had like a bag of like things, mostly just art stuff, that I bring with me places so that I can have things to do while I'm places. Night. But it was downpouring so hard that I like was covering myself with my jacket, but also had to like cover my stuff with my body so that it wouldn't get soaked. And I had to like run half a mile in downpouring rain, and it was both awful and really fun to be stuck in downpour. I wish if I didn't have all those stuff that I wanted to keep safe, like my headphones and my drawing supplies, then I think it could have been a lot more fun. But I had my headphones and drawing supplies, so it was like, it's all gonna get wet, and it's gonna get broken. I can't have those things broken. I need those things for art, and for music. And I'm talking very loud, even though it's kind of late at night for me. I dropped to 0 viewers. What happened? I had 3. Where did they all go? Yes, I had 3. Frickin' Poggies. You should throw a frickin' beach party. We can definitely swear on this channel.
Oh, I did. My voice just cut out.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Yeah. Yeah. So so when the Amazing Digital Circus first came out, I just thought it was another internet thing like Has-Been Hotel or I don't know, any other indie show that came out. And it didn't really look like it was for me. I watched it and it was good. That surprised me. I didn't expect it to be so good. It was good. It's a good show. and it's inspired by Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. What? That's fun. I mean, that's like a nightmare of a book, but that's fun. I don't know. It's it's something that I've enjoyed, and it's funny how much I've enjoyed it because it really did not look like something that was going to be something I enjoyed for a while, just because I don't know. I guess it's not a vibe that I F with. I don't get that term. It's not a vibe that I vibe with. But I watched it and I liked it. It's a good show. I'm excited for the next episodes to come out uh, whenever it does. It's an indie studio. Give them time. Uh, yeah.
Yeah. Calm down. I freak out and want to do it. Like, when's the next one?
It's like takes some time. Animation takes time.
Especially with a studio that's working on multiple.
Yeah, it's first of all, it's an indie studio. Second of all, it's doing like 3 shows at once right now. It's doing a lot. I don't know. I don't know. I'm tired. Which makes sense. That checks out. I should be tired. How dare I be awake? Oh. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end the stream here. That's kind of all I really wanted to talk about. I talked about things I didn't even know I wanted to talk about. But you know what? Yeah. Yeah.
I think the person said it's late for midnight as in good night.
Oh.
Not just late for me in terms of
It's late for me night. I'm a pirate now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned for my performance, but yeah. I don't know. I think I'm gonna call it night. Yeah. Ja, matane.